Choose what you want from life.
No. Hi, Spicers. Welcome back for another video. This is Alison.
Alice.
Beep beep. How long have we been friends?
Too long. I'm just kidding. Oh.
We need a divorce.
I think we've been friends for like 5 years?
5th?
Grade?
5th?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Fifth,
we're in
sixth,
10th
seventh
grade.
Oh my god. Wait, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That's 6.
That's 6 years.
How does that
not
make
5.
sense?
Because 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Oh my god, look, we're red and blue cakes.
I feel like this shirt makes me look particularly like a lesbian.
Is that an issue?
Bangs? What are you? No, it's the purpose. How did we get to know each other?
Warrior.
I haven't read them literally since 5th grade.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I think I kept reading them until like 7th, and then I was like, these are dumb. The cats are meowing at each other. Spoilers, I really, really hate Firestar. You loved him. I remember that.
I was like in love with him.
I loved Jay Feather.
Him too. Little sad boy.
Yes.
Gray
Out.
Stripe is daddy.
Stop.
Where the baby? This guy? Crooked
Yeah.
Star? Okay.
Because with the jaw, because she tried to kill him, and then she was like, look at this cat.
Warriors was really dark. This is odd. Where are my
It's a
arms?
mess. Stop. Stop.
Also, y'all, here's a confession. So this video was about exposing me. Every day from literally like from 3rd grade until a long time, I wore a koala hat every day. And
I was still friends with you.
Yeah. And then I wore a mini sonic screwdriver around my neck every single day.
I remember that. And your long matted hair.
I also had hair down to here.
Your hair was like
And it was
kind of gross.
Disgusting.
It was, remember? Oh,
I wore
never mind.
fuzzy
I'm not gonna,
pants
I'm not
every
gonna
day.
call you out on that.
No, call me out. This is a video about exposing me.
Remember when you dyed your hair?
Yes, I do. It turned me blue.
Yes, I remember that. You came to school. You were like, I was like, oh, that's cool. And I was like,
Here's the main fandom that we were really Percy Jackson. That was what really like hurt us. Also, that sands on the wall.
Leave me alone, my friend drew it.
That book, I think Blood of Olympus was my favorite because it had so much Nico in it. This is the book that Nico comes out in. Nico D'Angelo was the only character
It was his
I liked.
birthday the other day.
Aww.
None of us said happy birthday, Nico.
He's fake. He doesn't exist. Nico almost died. Nico D'Angelo was the only character I cared about.
I really
Especially
liked...
after he came out. I can only read books with gay people in them. Case in point. Case in point, The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue.
Plug it.
I'm gonna do like a book review.
Mackenzie Lee. Oh,
Okay.
Leo. I'm sorry.
I never liked
sorry.
Leo.
I loved Leo. You can fight me. I love my fire sign.
See, I only liked Nico. I like him, I like Will, I like Percy on occasion.
You will see
I love
in this
Hazel.
video.
Hazel,
You
good
will
girl.
see in this video.
How much I liked Nico and Will.
I love
How much other people did too. Not here to
Low-key.
flex.
But you're in my home.
Let's look at the reads. Stuff that a 5th grader should not be writing.
Stuff that no one should be writing, honestly.
I disagree.
You know what? I've
Now
changed.
I read Riverdale fanfiction.
don't
Joaquin's
know.
name is spelled wrong.
Joaquin's name is always...
It should
there's
be
no way.
W-U... It should be...
No, we're just gonna stop talking
It should not be spelled like Joaquin.
It's
That
French.
confuses me.
It's French.
Why is his name French?
I don't know.
It should be W-U-A-K-E-E-N. Spell things phonetically. So I can understand.
Then the word lamb should be pronounced lamb.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Guys, stop. Zachariah Luke Anderson.
We're putting that away. We're not here to expose my real writing. We're exposing my fan fiction.
No. Let me see. If you want to read these for yourself, Should we plug it?
I'm sure you can find it if you know what my spam account is.
First one that we're gonna do is fast forward.
Okay. Okay, so let's go to the stats.
The stats? Wait, oh,
It
never
has
mind.
18,000 reads,
Who read this and why?
840 stars, and
I'm gonna have to admit,
89 comments.
it's votes. The stars are called votes.
Vote.
Fool. I have the one that you're talking about. It was all just a game.
Oh, that's so good. What's the author?
Okay, let's plug
shout
it.
her out.
3 million reads. First of all. 3 million.
Literally 38 chapters in that book.
Okay, it's by @right_me227.
I hate that for me. And then I continue to do it. I was up until literally 12 o'clock reading Wolfstar fanfiction last night. I am not proud.
See.
Okay, it's taking forever.
Shut up about my crappy iPad.
Hey guys.
Hey guys! That's genuinely how it starts.
Yeah. It's one where they have a kid, and it dies.
Please comment, vote, and maybe give a follow or check out my other stuff.
We
This
still
ship
like.
managed. Beyond.
So they get like a letter on their doorstep. Will took the letter, opening it with his thumb. What's it say? Nico asked. Will opened his mouth. Dear Will and Nico, we have a special gift for you. Only a few more days now. Be ready. Sign,
ready.
which is crossed out in gold. Love, which is also crossed out in red. From Apollo and Lord Hades. My favorite thing was putting Hades and Apollo together. Like, not like
Gay.
sexually, but like as like
After reading
as like
Trials of Apollo, I wouldn't be surprised.
as like father-in-laws. That's what I was there for.
Yes.
That good father-in-law guy.
And the fact that it's not like, that's not like out of dialogue. No. Will says that.
Weird, Nico smiled. He looked at Will, his legs in black skinny jeans spread out. Wonder what they've got prepared for us, Will said, biting his
What
tongue.
is his voice?
It's my fanfiction voice.
Okay,
This is how
that's
you
valid.
have to read fanfiction.
You have to read fanfiction.
Hopefully
out
they
loud
didn't
like
think a
that.
monster was a gift. If it's a monster, I swear on my dad's face, Nico said, then burst into laughter.
Well,
as
you
did
did burst
Will.
into laughter.
I wrote this in 7th grade.
7th? Wait, this was just 7th?
I think.
There's no way this was 7th grade. I remember reading it.
We were friends then.
No, I know. But I mean, like...
I don't know what you mean. Your dad's face, Will laughed, hardly able to talk through the laughter. He be talking.
That's not even
Oh.
that funny.
No. Yes, his forever neutral expression face, Nico said, and Will laughed harder. They really shouldn't be poking fun at Lord Hades, but they were. We should stop, Nico sighed. We should stop. I think that's what it's... I swear on your dad's face if we die, Will said, and the two laughed again. Next chapter.
This is awful.
Chapter 2.
These chapters are like scary.
They
short.
wake up, they talk about Percy and Annabeth, and
1.28K. That's good morning, sunshine. Get it? Cause Apollo. You were so creative.
I am so funny. Should I get the paper? Will asked, his coffee cup in his hands.
Who?
Yeah,
wait,
thanks.
wait. No. Stop. Who gets a paper still?
My parents.
Old people.
Yeah, thanks, Nico smiled, taking his morning medication with a sip of coffee. Nico's
What?
depressed.
Wow.
Wow.
Surprise. Child of Hades depressed? What?
That's why I was a child of Hades. What were you?
You'll see. You'll see.
Oh, yeah.
Emo.
We're really special.
We're special. I'm not like other girls. I
Not
think
like
that
other girls,
me-
I'm a lesbian.
I'm not like other girls. I'm a lesbian.
Did I tell you about that one like feminist writer I read about who was like, lesbians are not women? I'm not like other girls because I'm a lesbian.
I'm not like other girls. I'm not a woman.
Nico stood up. Nico, come here, quick! Will shouted. Nico
come
ran.
here.
Come here! I think we should skip
Okay.
to where she dies now.
Okay, that's valid.
Nico sat at the kitchen table. The Saturday was gloomy, and so they find out that their child is like destined to die, for some reason.
I don't think this is my friend.
I just exit my own body.
Astral projection.
Help! Hate your life, astral project.
Shake for help.
That's me. The letter from Camp Half-Blood was, I can't say words. Camp Half-Blood was sincere. I can't read if you take it away.
Well, I just want to see.
But heart-wrenching. The scene wasn't described on the paper, but Nico knew exactly what had happened. It had haunted his dreams for the past 15 years. Nico let out a sob, Will rushing downstairs. He didn't even have to read the full letter. Only the last
I
bit.
forgot they named her Bianca.
I forgot too.
Emo.
Not that they hadn't seen it coming, but the pain was the most unbearable thing Nico had ever experienced. It was worse than any white bear.
The White Bear. White Bear Lake, we're shouting you out. You're the worst.
Worse than any nightmare. No, Will sobbed. He sunk to the floor, letting his sobs out. What were they going to do now? Nico wondered. He covered his face with his hands. No! Will shouted. He slammed his balled fists on the floor. Nico just sobbed.
You knew this was coming.
Movement was impossible. Fuck, Will sobbed. Nico never wanted to talk again, ever. Curse them, Will curse them.
Again, comma,
Will
ever.
stuttered. Nico wondered who? Apollo? Hades? Curse the fates. Curse the gods. Duh. I think I meant to say gods. She didn't deserve this! In all capitals. Will shouted into air, letting go of Nico. She was supposed to live happily, go to college!
That's not how you spell college!
Get a job, get married, but you chose to make her suffer. Make her family suffer for your amusement. All in caps.
Emo.
Will shouted. Nico had no clue who he was shouting to, but the gods could most definitely hear him. Nico stood up, still sobbing uncontrollably, and found a shadow in the back of the room.
Never mind, yeah it is. He found a shadow in the back of the room.
It was cold, yes, to leave Will in this very moment, to go without him, but he had to say a final goodbye to his daughter. Nico scribbled on a sticky note where he was going. It was messy and soaked in teardrops.
Why is teardrops 2 words?
Nico found himself in the underworld, in front of his father's council. No, not him. His daughter. She stood so quietly in her Camp Half-Blood shirt and ripped jeans. She didn't notice Nico, or did his father. Father, Nico said, trying to keep his voice small, but it echoed in the emptiness of the underworld. Nico, what are you doing here? Hades shouted, but the bastard
That's
knew.
not how you spell bastard.
How do you spell bastard?
B-A-S-T-A-R-D. B-A-S-T-E-R-E-D.
Wait, so this is Bastard. But the Bastard knew. I want to say goodbye to my daughter, restore her memories, and let me speak with her, Nico said, trying to make his voice powerful. I did the opposite. One of the judges looked at Hades, who nodded with a blank expression. Bianca fell to the ground, and Nico ran to her. Dad? She whispered, her eyes barely open. Bianca, sweetheart, it's all right, Nico said. Tears escaped his eyes. I can't read that.
Where's Daddy?
Bianca asked. Nico regretted not taking Will home. It's safer for him there, Nico sighed. Tears ran down his face. What happened to me, Dad? Bianca asked. Her voice was so small. You're dead, Bianca, Nico said, trying to choke back a sob. Oh. Bianca replied. A tear streaked her face. Dad? Bianca asked. Yes,
this
love?
Is dumb.
I hate how I write.
Yes, love.
Nico whispered. Tears kept pouring from his eyes. Is that what you couldn't have told me? Bianca asked. Nico had almost forgotten the night she heard the argument. Yes, Bianca. I'm so sorry, Nico whispered. No, Dad. It's okay. Better I didn't know. Bianca smiled. Why is she so level-headed? She's 15.
I'm more mature than you are. It works.
Yeah. I love you. I love you too. And so does your father.
Dose. That's dose. That's not does. That's dose. I hated that.
Nico choked down another sob. How do you do that? Tell him, please,
like that.
Bianca asked.
That's not even chalk. That's not choke. That's
chalk. Nico choked down another sob. Tell him, please, Bianca asked. Nico knew it would hurt Will, never saying goodbye, but this was best. I will, I promise, Nico replied, his face full of tears. Bianca closed her eyes and her form flickered. Nico softly kissed her forehead and took his hands from beneath her head. What does she choose? Nico asked. What are you doing? What did she choose? Nico asked, looking up at the council. Rebirth, Hades said. Nico smiled. Goodbye, Bianca, Nico whispered as she turned around. As he turned around and the shadow traveled away.
This is the
read
author's
as me.
note. Hey guys! I hope you like this one. I don't like some parts. I have other Solangela fixed up if you want to check them out. I also love
plug.
fun stories and shit. Thanks for reading, guys.
I swore so much.
You
Next
do.
up is the one-shots. These were, I spent like a good solid year and a half doing these. And, okay, so let's look at the stats.
670,000 people read this. 117,000 people voted on it. They liked it that much.
Why would you do that?
And there are 49 parts, which means you wrote 49 one-shots.
That's at least 13,000 people reading it.
One chapter. Summary. Solangela one-shots may contain
Smut, triggers, and feels.
Beware.
Someone's little brother just barged in.
Well, it's obviously mine. We're in my house.
I thought you were gonna say I didn't have a brother.
You don't.
It's like I fully do.
Let's continue.
Nico, Will shouted. His boyfriend had materialized from the shadows and collapsed in front of him.
I hate this nickname.
Neeks.
I hate that. I hate it
Come
so
on,
much.
let's get you fixed up. Will picked his boyfriend up and hoisted him over his shoulder. Campers looked across to see him. Will tried not to panic, but he was. Will could feel every single bone in Nico's ribcage. His arms had gotten very bony and his eyes sunken.
Isn't that
He's
just
already
how
like
I was
that.
just gonna say? Isn't that just
He
how
already
looks?
be like that. Will ran into his room in the infirmary.
Informatory? That's not a word.
Will pulled off Nico's shirt and pants, leaving only his underwear. Nico's legs were a bit bruised, but nothing unfixable. But Nico's chest was swollen in one area and bleeding heavily. Will's heart pounded. Will grabbed the bandages and cleaned out Nico's wound. I think he just got slashy, not stabby.
Okay.
Just
I would
kidding.
never hurt you. I would only tickle you. You sound like an alien. Get out of my house.
I think I am an alien. When I was little, I legit, I thought I was a robot.
And that's why you thought you were a Time Lord.
He then examined his arms. There were few spots where there were cuts from the monsters were bad. Will always bandaged them. Nico, Will asked, biting his lip. Nico stirred. His eyes flickered open. Oh, thank the gods. Will sighed. Will, are you there? Where are we? Nico moved his head in Will's direction, but his eyes seemed glazed. Yes, I'm here, Nico. Are you all right? Will half shouted. That's not a thing. Stop
What?
writing that. I can't see, Nico said, lowering his head. What? Will's voice quivered with worry. I really can't see. You're sure my eyes are open? Nico asked.
You would be able to tell if your eyes were open.
Yeah.
It's closed or open.
Sometimes I can't. In the dark, though, I'm like, are my eyes open or closed?
You're dumb. You're stupid. God, I love you. Keep going.
Have dumb bitch disease.
Time to drink dumb bitch juice.
Give me some.
Hydrate.
I'm the one speaking.
I don't care. I hate you so much.
Yes, I'm so sure. Will was looking frantically for the flashlight and eyeglass. Will turned up Nico's head, then placed his hand and fingers to keep Nico's eyes open. Oh. Sometimes I don't even know what my own writing means.
Yeah, didn't you say that you had a comment and you were like, I don't know.
People were like confused. They were like, I'm confused, and I was like, me
Me
too.
too.
And I wrote it. He shined the light bright.
Then looked at it through the hole.
He shined the light bright and then looked at it through the hole. Nico's eyes were clearly damaged. Will wasn't sure if he could fix them or not. Will, what's wrong? Nico asked. He could hear Will's voice quivering at the thought. He didn't say anything. I don't know. I want to take you to a real doctor, Will said, biting his lip. He was not an eye doctor or anything of that nature. He fixed wounds and broken bones. Whatever you think is best, Nico said, laying his head down slowly and carefully. Will ran out to find... How do you say... Is it Chiron or Chiron?
Whatever you want.
Chiron. I need to take Nico into the city. His eyes, I think, are... Will's voice clenched as tears started to prick his eyes. Are what? Chiron asked. You know that thing where, like, you shake salt into your mouth and it looks like you're, like, sucking a dick? Somebody was like, you know, if you pretend to shake salt in your mouth, you can feel... This was, like, this year. You can feel it. And I went... in class without the knowledge of it. And I'm, like, sitting on top of a table because I don't know how to sit. Because I'm... And then Lily and I think he's gone blind, Will chalked out. How? Chiron bent down, his arm on Will's shoulder. I don't know. He was in the underworld for over 3 months. He's gotten tons of wounds. He's so skinny. Will poured out Nico's entire medical report from the day. Take a Pegasus. Go, Chiron ordered. I don't need to. Nico's got a chaperone. What does that mean? So they get to, like, the doctor's office. The doctor was a nice guy. His equipment was much more advanced than Camp Half-Blood's. After the doctor studied Nico's eyes, a worried look spread across his face. You said you were his boyfriend? The doctor turned to Will. Yes, Will said immediately. I'll have to talk. No! I'll have to talk to you. He led Will out of the room.
Why would you not just tell Nico directly? Yeah, it's his body.
That's like, they're both minors.
Conscious. And he's conscious. He's probably sitting there like, what the hell is going on?
I'm going to have to be truthful with you. To you. Your boyfriend. He's gone blind, the doctor said with a sorrow expression. What? How? I can't... Oh, we read that. Do you want to tell him? Yes, Will said. The doctor opened the door to the room. Nico, Will whispered, stepping into the room quietly. Same sentence. Nico, the doctor said you were... Will couldn't finish the sentence. Blind, Nico finished it for him. How do you? Will stuttered. He grasped Nico's hand. I kind of guessed. It'd been at least 4 to 5 to 4 hours.
4 to 5 hours. Can you read?
Nico seemed to be taking it lightly, but his eyes conveyed little emotion. Then he's taking it lightly. I am so sorry, Nico. What happened? Will asked. I have no idea. 1 minute I was shadow traveling, the next I saw you, heard you and collapsed. Nico said. A tear ran down his cheek, Will rubbing it off. There was a knock on the door.
Okay, wait. You said 2 seconds ago he was taking it lightly and now he's crying.
Hello, Will called. I have some bandages for his head. That scar is pretty nasty, the doctor said, walking in. Will lifted Nico's hair, which was terribly overgrown, and saw a scar across the forehead, where a bandage had fallen off. Thank you. Will took the bandage and reapplied it more carefully. Thanks for your help, doctor, Will said. He pulled Nico's arms around Nico's arm over his shoulder and stood him up. Anytime, you boys have a place to stay, right? He asked. Yeah, we're at this camp. Camp Half-Blood, the doctor asked. Yes, Will said, looking at the doctor confused. Child of Apollo. It was nice meeting you boys. Good luck. The doctor stuck out his hand. Will shook it and left the hallway. He was a child of Apollo, Nico restated. I know. Will set Nico down on a chair and walked up to the counter. He can walk. How much was the appointment? Will asked. Nothing. We don't charge campers. The woman gave a wink. Will nodded in thanks. He carried Nico inside and got into the car.
Wait, inside
the car that's like the skeleton. Remember?
I hate this.
Will, you all right? Nico asked, putting his hand on Will's cheek. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do. You're in danger, and if you ever get in a fight, it could be big trouble. And Will trailed off as if Nico put his finger over his lips. As Nico, not even as if, as he does it. I'm Nico D'Angelo, son of fucking Hades. You're Will Solis, son of Apollo. We'll be fine. The people that comment are hilarious. I'm gonna go through tonight and like pick some and just show them. They're so funny. I'll block out their usernames because I feel bad for them.
Is it secret or sacred?
Secret.
This honestly makes me a tiny bit angry. You can tell if threats are joking or serious. I think it is an unwise to end a book just because of this situation. It's as simple as reporting or blocking people. They won't be able to harm you in any way unless they know where you live, which if it did, would most likely be your fault for giving out private information.
For the record, I was 12 and people were telling me to kill myself.
The title made me all like www.nopanynope.co.uk. You will not do what I'm thinking you will do.
This cannot be your first time writing smut.
Not really.
Are we not discussing that if this had actually happened, the uvula would have been hit and we would have puked?
No, we're not. Everybody's making a huge deal out of this, and I'm like, Bish, this is G-rated in my world. This is not smut anyways. It's only sucking dicks. Smiles, dies, becomes a tree. It's either angst or a Solangelo hatfic.
Why, Othertron? Now I'm scared. One of them's gonna die, probably. I don't think the girls in Aphrodite and Ares' cabin were calling you a faggot. I think you misheard them calling you fabulous.
Very positive.
They said the F word. Oh, it's on.
So,
Gotta switch over to the iPod now because we're getting into the things that are unpublished. Now we're reading,
our last words,
which started as a role play that we would do.
do I want to expose myself like
Yes,
this?
you do. In Allison's room,
You don't get to. Oh, God.
upstairs.
Okay.
My arms look so long when they're close to the screen. Hello?
Hi, welcome to Chili's. Okay, the first one is you.
Chili's. We were walking up the long path on a hill. I couldn't tell why Chuck had
Is
taken...
walking?
Capitalized. I couldn't tell why Chuck had taken me to a forest, but he would explain. Why are we here? I asked, looking over at Chuck. He had explained only 3 of my questions in our 3-week journey. 1, I was a demigod, a child of one of the Greek gods. 2, Chuck was a satyr, some Greek goat-human hybrid. And 3, I was definitely not normal.
No, really?
You'll see. Shut up. Chuck complained, rolling his hazel eyes. Over the other side of the hill, there was another set of voices. One of a girl around my age, and the other of an older.
Can you read?
No, and the other of a older voice. Shut up! The older voice shouted from across the hill. Chuck was about 5 paces ahead of me. I ran to catch up. Come on, Chuck glanced at me. I swear we're literally almost there. After a few more moments, Chuck spread his arms wide above his head. Here we are, I looked up. Above my head was a stone sign, and that looked moments away from crumbling, that read, Camp Half-Blood. Here, I smiled, my lip piercing, skimming my teeth. She was emo.
She had a lip piercing.
We need to
If
get to
I
your
could-
chapter quick, because I can't read.
Can you read? No. You can read.
Chuck smiled. All around there were kids shooting arrows and sword fighting. The camp smelled of blood, sweat, and freshly baked cookies. The 2 voices we had heard earlier came sneaking up behind me. This is it, camp, the older voice said. A small squeak erupted from the girl who bounced herself toward me.
Hey, I'm Willow.
She smiled, her dark brown eyes gleaming with happiness,
Literally.
and her long black braids bobbed up and down. I rolled my eyes, putting my hand out for a shake, which she took. She must have also been new. I looked over at Chuck. Follow me, Chuck sighed, starting to walk again with his little limp.
God.
I looked over at Willow, her black hair and purple streak in her bangs blowing in the light breeze. She smelled like car oil and mint. Why was I doing nasty things and then a good thing? But then I'm self-aware. Not my favorite combination. You never introduced yourself, she said, putting her hand out. I placed my hand loose in a loose grasp with her brown eyes.
There's supposed to be a
meeting
comma
mine.
there.
My short, sword-cut black hair brushed the tips of my ears, jiggling my piercing. That's not how hair works. I sighed. I'm Melody.
I'm Melody, she sighed. She already looked bored with me. She seemed like the goth kind of girl, secluded and scary, but I was good at bringing people out of their shells. She turned from me, her dark lopsided and split-end hair swishing as she walked towards the Hermes cabin. Hermes, god of messaging and thievery. Hopefully I was not a Hermes child, since I would never steal.
This was a very
And
you
I, a
thing.
terrible person, when it comes to the art of texting back. Wait up, I called, running towards her. My black... What? Oh! It's supposed to be Converse, but it says covers. My black covers, pounding on the thin layers of grass. My hand accidentally hit her rib cage. First of all, how?
Ow. You're standing in the...
My hand accidentally hit her rib cage. Also, that's the thing. Rib cage. Not rib cage. Rib cage.
She's edgy. She's got a rib cage.
Ribs? I only have ribs. The bone sticking out even through a sweater. Disappointed. She pulled back. I took a long look at her. She was incredibly skinny, but strong. That's
I was
not a
also,
combo.
hated my body, so...
Mwah. Strong brown eyes met mine with a haze of annoyance. She pursed her lips. What? She hissed, gritting her teeth a bit. I just wanted to...
Did I mention I was emo?
I was just trying to stay at the same pace as you. I smiled, trying to be friendly. I smiled, trying to be friendly. Bring my smile up just a bit more, so my dimples were sucked in a bit more. All right then. She kept her focus on the ground and kept walking. Kept is with a capital K. Melody was silent for the entire time while she set up a small sleeping space. While she pulled out her black sword and an old rag and gave it a polish. Her bony hands. That's how you know that this one has carpal tunnel. Yeah. Her bony hands ran across the black metal as she polished it with ease and skill. I watched in awe. No one hardly noticed me. Hey, I looked over at Melody. She lifted her head from her sword, her bangs sweeping from her face. What? She asked. Her voice was deep for someone her size and age. Of only about 5'11". I think that's supposed to be 4'11". 5'11" is tall. The little corner was starting to smell like wax. Oh my gosh. I used contractions. So, where'd you used to live? D-I-D apostrophe Y-A. Did ya? Used to live. I asked, a small bit of my southern accent slipping out.
I never know how to write accents.
I don't know, streets, I guess, she sighed, pressing her lips into a thin line, only sticking out from the black piercing and going back to her work. What does that sentence even mean? Oh, I looked down. She must have had it hard, I thought. My mama. Just knocked the camera. Good. My mama had taken care of me up until last year when she got too drunk to work. So I gathered my things in search of my absent father. I didn't know he was a god at the time. That's genuinely a sentence that I wrote. My mom would tell me about him
and you just like
when she was sober.
did it.
I guess my mom was a drunk. She said he was nice but also mysterious and he was the only man for her. California was nice, but I had other priorities now.
Remember when you wanted to go to California? Do you still want to? Because now I'm taking you to New York with me.
I don't mean to intrude, but streets of where? I asked. Melody didn't look up this time. We weren't the only children in the cabin, but it was loud. We were reserved a corner of our own. I don't know. She gritted her teeth, her voice coming out hollow.
Know.
Oh,
it's not even
don't know. I never went to school much either, so don't ask.
Calm down.
Melody bit the side of her lip without the piercing and slipped her finger along the sharp edges of the sword. What the? I almost jumped at the sight of her crimson blood. If I bleed, it's sharp. No big deal. She sighed, slipping the sword into its long case. I was too distracted by the small spots of blood on the ground to notice the dinner bell, only to be told by one of my cabin mates it was time. This is awful. We need to get to the part where they die.
I don't know if I wrote it. Wait.
Shut up, you'll jinx us. Or, shh, I know, dumbass.
Oh, maybe we were writing it together. Do you remember how this went?
Yeah.
How? Was it one of those times where we, like, had a Google Doc open at the same time?
Willow kills her. I completely forgot. Willow kills Melody.
Why?
Hecate.
What?
The goddess of magic. Illusions.
You're gonna have to elaborate.
I remember
Tell
what
the
happens.
story.
No, I remember what happens. Okay, so they meet, they go on this quest. I don't even, what was the purpose of the quest? I don't remember what the purpose of the quest was. Don't remember.
I don't know, dude.
So they go on this quest.
I probably didn't come up with one. They were just like, you gotta go.
You gotta like go, bro. How can I failed archery so badly? Because
wait, who is this?
Melody.
Ha.
Willow was great with a bow. She was
I
great
was good with sword.
Black iron sword.
Also, here's a distinct memory I have from this time. I was like, can Melody have a girlfriend? Because this was like, I had like recently come out and been outed. I could do my coming out story as a video.
I was outed, not clickbait.
Not clickbait. Well, I kind of was.
I know. What you up to?
What you up to?
will you come on a quest with me? Wait. The Oracle asked me to keep the entire prophecy. That's because we didn't want... The Oracle was told to keep the entire prophecy from them because we didn't want to write a prophecy.
Yeah.
That's not a heart.
Make it one.
Put on my shirt. Okay. And that's a T.
That's the tea. Like and subscribe to Spicy Sweets.
Exposed. I am large and in charge.
I'm small and
Submissive. 3, 2, 1.